Alrighty, so kind of an interesting combo here tonight. We got Malamute puppy Nepenthe and Monster Wolf Icknick, which is a curious combo for us because, well, we mix everybody up all the time. But Icknick will be in charge because our protocol for animal handling is that the more senior animal always gets the longer line. And so that puts Icknick in front. Now what's interesting is Icknick is really an interesting animal to hike with because he's super powerful. He's 160 pounds. He can easily drag me around since I'm connected to him. But for the most part, he's really casual. He doesn't pull a lot unless he's afraid. He does get scared of unfamiliar people, and then he'll want to get away from them. So we just have to deal with flight distance issues. He just wants to get space. And sometimes he'll smell like unfamiliar fresh human footprints and he'll be freaked out. Like right now, this is a occasionally occupied property right here. And so it could smell fresh of new unfamiliar people and he might not like it. But he just is a little bit more vigilant than some of my other animals. But then the rest of the time, he doesn't really pull. He's just sort of methodical. If he wants to check something out, he just plants his feet and I can't move him. And then I got Nepenthe. And Nepenthe, like every Malamute, is a pulling beast. She just pulls. It's what they're made to do. They pull stuff. Luckily, she's, by our standards, kind of micro. She's so funny to say. She's like 80 pounds, right? 80-pound dog is a small dog. But I mean, look at the two of them together, right? Icknick's a 160-pound wolf, and she just looks like a Shiba Inu next to him. And even though she's about as heavy as several of our other animals, she's just a few pounds lighter. She's much more compact. And so she looks a lot smaller than them. But it's most dramatic with her and Icknick, just because he's just enormous, and she's just she's on the large side actually for female Malamutes. She's not quite giant, which I kind of prefer just because get a little more longevity out of a more petite large breed dog typically. Would love for her to last 20 years. I don't know, that's always an ask, but it's a hope. I love my animals so dearly that when they pass, it's just heart-rending, never-ending grief. It's the one place where I'm just eternally optimistic as I keep doing this to myself, even though I know what it's going to end like. Is that you outlive your dogs, and then you got to live without your dog. And I always say, you know, every time a beloved dog passes, it leaves a dog-shaped hole in your heart. And once you've had a lot of dogs, you got a Swiss cheese heart full of dog-shaped holes in it, which is difficult. But you persist because that's what you do. So Icknick kind of likes this route. I'm not sure. He always seems a little partial to this particular cutting through some Forest Service land and then out into this little, these are mostly vacation rental properties. They kind of look like Austrian chalets, and this used to be a super vibrant area this time of year because they were eligible for short-term rentals. But then the city decided, well, the community had a ballot initiative that passed somehow that limited very draconianly all the, and there's our people singing their "Dad Left Me" home song. As soon as we get out of sight, they do this, and it persists. But their draconian limitations on short-term rentals have been terrible for our community in terms of our economy. Ooh, he got a little bristler. Where's that dog? Hello. Hi. Come on, let's go over here. Oh. No, let's not do that. Come on. Let me work my way past you guys. Hi. Come on. Let's go this way. No, we're not doing that. Come on. Come here. Nepente, don't be stirring up stuff. No. Come on. Let's keep going this way. I know you smell unfamiliar. Come on. Come on. I got a lot of weight here. All right, come on, don't tangle me. Come on. Come on, let's go this way. Come on, we don't care. Let's go this way. Always fun animal handling. Nepente is a little shit starter. She's unruly because her role models are bad. All right, come on, let's go. As I was saying, this used to be super vibrant. Like when these were short-term rentals this time of year, every house was full, every house was decorated. It was sort of a Christmas village. A lot of people passing by the habitat and asking questions, which is great because I got to educate a lot more people. And now it's just like dark and kind of empty-ish. It's a little sad. Oh, all right, you're okay. You're all right. So this is frightened. All right, we're okay. Hey, here, let's just hang out. You're okay. You're okay. Nick, come on. Hey, you're okay. All right, we can go this way. All right, see, this is, all right, you're gonna knock me down. Here, let's just take it easy right here. Hey, so this is why this is kind of a difficult combo for me. She's under my feet, and he's sort of having a freak out. You know why? Every once in a while, somebody will give him a little freak out, and then he'll be a little tough to manage for a minute. So we're just going to pause. See, he wants to get where he can see them and they can't see him. He needs a peaky spot. That's what he's doing here. Is noisy group of people. That's what it is. Okay, we're all right. We're okay. Nepente, how about you chill out? You're not helping. You're okay, Nick. So this is actually interesting because this is one of the things that I routinely, I see, okay. I see what's upset him so much. All right, so it's a large group of the resort employees, and they're in the road walking directly at us, and they're wearing highly reflective attire, which is weird looking. And they're spread out and loud, so it's a big combination of stimuli he doesn't like, and they're all coming right towards him like they're hunting him down, and that's a very tough circumstance for him. So his behavior is really appropriate to that particular scenario. So we're just going to hang here until he attenuates. He's going to, now that they're past, he's going to attenuate, and we'll be back to exploring. But this really goes to my point about this animal here, who's never had a bad moment with a human, is still very timid with unfamiliar people, which is very typical for wolves. It's just a normal, natural, sort of genetically developed response. And when I say genetically developed, there's a theory that's called Lamarckian theory, which is that you can have certain characteristics, including fearfulness of particular things, that ends up actually somehow being genetically coded. And so for wolves, the fear of unfamiliar humans, because their populations have been so aggressively persecuted by humans, is that they are rightfully afraid of unfamiliar people. And so he just expresses that particular natural inclination. And what I find so curious is that can be attenuated through a lot of exposure. So for example, the wolves in Yellowstone, particularly the wolves that are easy to observe, like the Junction Butte family group and some of the packs that primarily are in the Slough Creek, Lamar Valley area, where they're highly accessible from the road, are subject to year-round observation at fairly close range, within 2 miles consistently, and frequently less than a quarter mile. And the wolves are regularly moving through people, vehicles, and human odor, such as the restrooms, waste receptacles, campsites, like you name it, cars, tourists vomiting on the side of the road, whatever. And then they're under observation from a distance by these benign wolf watchers for 12 hours a day. Literally, there's always somebody watching visible wolves. And as a result of this, they're completely habituated to the presence of what they believe to be benign human beings. And unfortunately, these same wolves, if they happen to just step 1 foot out of the Yellowstone National Park boundaries, they can be shot. And it makes them exceptionally vulnerable, because like a wolf like Icknick, you have to work really hard to put yourself as a human in a position to shoot this animal, because he's supremely wary, he's hyper vigilant, and the moment that he catches unfamiliar human movement or picks up just the barest whiff of unfamiliar human on the air, he's gone. He's a ghost. And so it's very hard to, unless you're really an exceptional marksman, to line up a shot. Whereas these Yellowstone wolves are watched by scopes all day, every day. And so they're completely indifferent to a human on a hill. And of course, they have no means of discerning, as does anybody, unless there's a red dot, the difference between a benevolent watcher and a malevolent killer. And so all of us that go to the park and watch the wolves every day, day after day, week after week, year round, are contributing in making it easy to kill those wolves. It's really unsporting to kill habituated wolves. You might as well be shooting someone's dog. But the people that want a trophy and hate wolves and want a trophy and whatever, are capitalizing on this circumstance in a truly offensive way. And of course, short of convincing Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho, that there should be absolutely no quotas on the hunting zones around the park, which this just seems impossible. The only other thing that humans could do would be to take one for the team and stop habituating the wolves, right? But there's just too many people with financial interest in getting close to the wolves. All the businesses around the park who thrive on wolf tourism, and all the guide companies that primarily get hired out to get people looking at wolves, and of course all the park photographers, I call them the parkies, who just live in the park basically to sell pictures of wolves. None of them are willing to curtail their, hey, you're on the wrong side, come this way, come on, there you go, very smart, to curtail their wolf observation businesses in the interest of protecting the wolves by dehabituating them. Like, if I lived there, I'd be the most hated guy in the park, because every time I'd see those animals, I'd hate them. I'd give them the fear of God. I'd shoot them with paintballs. I'll do whatever it took to make them as wary as Icknick hair, so that they weren't so easy to kill. But of course, I don't live there, and I'd probably get arrested for taking that action, or shot by somebody who wants to make their living off the backs of wolves, which I'm already definitely somewhat persona non grata when it comes to the parkies, because I'm very outspoken in my opinion about this, that it's egregious. Want to go up this way? All right. They just hop up this thing. I gotta kick steps. So, yeah, it's a true sore spot for me that the people that benefit the most from the wolves are also the most complicit in making them easy to kill. Such a human beings. I have a real hard time with it. Like, I've devoted my life, my whole life, everything I do and think about is advocating for and understanding these animals. And then I watch people that call themselves advocates but are unquestionably complicit in the destruction of the world's most famous wolf packs, because they're more interested in their bank accounts than they are in preservation of the individual animals. And that ain't me. I live like a poor man. My house is 1,000 square feet. My land is valuable, but I bought it a long time ago, and of course it's entirely dedicated to the support of the animals. You have a tiny, decrepit little house in a beautiful place, and I'm fine with that. I don't need a fancy home. I buy most of my possessions secondhand if I can, both because it's cheaper, also because I don't believe in wasting resources. And if you can get something used, keep it out of the waste stream, and you prevent something new from being made. But you know, I believe it's really important to put your money where your mouth is, and my money is on the wolves long term. And now we're at a distance from humanity, and he's happier, you can see. A lot of times there's bears in this area right here. I'm not seeing any prints today. Oh, they definitely haven't gone to bed yet. The ground's still soft, so not sure. Oh, okay. Those are raccoon tracks for people curious. I'll show you how you can tell. So that's a hind foot, you see. It's about 3.5, this is a big raccoon, 3.5, 4 inches long. This is a 4 foot. So this is right hind, left 4, left hind, right 4. And a little duck walk And you can really see the differentiation here between the fore and the hind feet. And that waddles right up that tree. Now, it wouldn't surprise me even a little if I walk around there and the raccoon's up the tree. They're pretty good climbers. But we are, oh, he wants to go check it out, so I guess we're gonna. I'm amazed how much stuff exists up in trees and people don't look up. It's especially good looking for, what do you got there? Something. Like nighttime is really great because you could get the eye shine as animals that are up trees, whereas the daytime they're well hidden in the vegetation. We got coyote tracks. There's a lot of action right here. We got little rabbit. We got coyote. We got ground squirrel. This time of year, a lot of the chipmunks are all done. It's not ground squirrels. It's typically the great gray squirrels, western gray. This time of year are awake all winter. See, this is squirrel. See the feet? And then over here, this little scrapes here. Those are cottontail. I'm not catching any eye shine in the trees. What do we got here? Is this a toilet? Let's not roll in it. Hey, let's not roll in it. Come here. I don't want you rolling raccoon poop. I'm not crazy about that idea. That's an icky kind of poop. So yeah, raccoons are interesting because they sort of have usually they're little colonies, sort of. And they tend to have a common little toilet. And so you'll find one place where there'll be just a whole bunch of poop. Really interesting animals. I'm a big fan of raccoons. There's a coyote. Here, let's all both on the same side of the tree. Come here. So this is coyote here. Boop, boop, boop. How straight it is. Right over the log, right here. Check it out. Canine. Oh, she did too. Boom. She is an agile animal. All right, so there's our coyote right here on top, and it walked. So cool. I just love our wildlife. You could see it walked the log here. Hopped up right here. Made a pause, turned, and then it actually walked the length of the log. Boop, 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 boop. Oop, hey, Nick, you're getting me stuck on this thing here. All right. I really don't want to go right there. I guess I am going right there. Oh. All right. How about we go this way, Nick? I kind of want to cross over into the national forest on the other side of this road. Come on. Let's go this way. And here's the continuation of coyote. This way. Nepente, stay on this side of the tree. Right. Anyhow, I think that's a pretty good bit of my Uncensored for today. I hope you guys are doing well coming up on this holiday, and that you enjoy the content on this channel. And if you do, please like, subscribe. You can become a channel member if you're into that. You'll learn a lot about wolves and other wildlife and my opinions about many things. So my book will be available in a couple days, The Wolf Lover's Guide to Raising Dogs. Check it out on Amazon. If you love your dogs, this book will help you love them better. All right, and for that, I'm gonna check out here across the road.